Do you have a passion or a hobby that you absolutely love doing? Have you ever considered turning it into an online business? With the rise of online education and e-commerce, it has never been easier to turn your passion into a profitable online business. In this video, we'll be going over 5 steps to help you turn your passion into an online business. Let's get into it. But first, I want to encourage you with this scripture. The simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps. Proverbs 20 verse 18. This scripture can apply to many different areas of life, but before you jump into any business, you must have the end in mind first. You need to plan and you need to have a strategy. A wise person gives thoughts to his steps, and that's what we're going to be covering in today's video. Number 1, identify your passion. I don't care what anyone says, if you're going to run a profitable business, you have to be passionate about some aspect of it, whether it be what you're selling, who you're serving, or what it would mean for you to succeed. We could debate for days about whether or not it's a good idea to monetize your passion, because there is risk of losing interest in your passion, but if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're starting to make up your mind. So what are you passionate about? What do you love doing? Is there a vision that God has put in your heart about starting a business? Look at all the things you do as a hobby because you enjoy them. Maybe you're passionate about art or photography. Maybe you like coding and building apps. Maybe you love playing video games. Don't just look at your passions, however, because though you may be passionate about something, it doesn't mean you're naturally skilled at it. For instance, you may love to sing, but also be a horrible singer. There's always room to learn new things, don't get me wrong. But when you're starting a business, you want to play to your existing skills first. What are you passionate about and what are you already good at? You can learn and grow as you go and expand your skill set, but it's good to start with what you already have and know. With that being said, there are really 2 common types of businesses: product-based businesses and service-based businesses. Now, you can have a business that sells products and services, and we'll talk more about this later on, but it's important to get an understanding of them first. A product-based business sells physical and digital products. Things like clothing, books, or an online course. Service-based businesses performs tasks for their customers or clients. This could be video editing, cleaning, or consulting. You want to get an idea of which business you'd want to focus on, product or service. Do you have a product you'd like to sell online or a service you'd like to do for clients? Let's say for this video, you have a passion for coding and creating apps, and you'd like to start a freelancing service that builds apps for different businesses. With our passion figured out, we can move on to number 2. Number 2, do market research. Market research is about 2 things: learning more about your customer or client, and researching your competition. There are 3 goals to this step. Firstly, understand your client or customer from the inside out. Everything from their pain points to their favorite food. What problem do you solve for them? What problems do they have, what needs do they need met, and how can you best serve them? Instead of focusing on just making money, focus on solving problems, and the money will follow the greatest problem solved effectively. Secondly, get a feel for your competition, how they're doing, what's working for them, and how and what they are actually selling. Here's the thing, you could be in the market of selling coding services for app development, but maybe you only do productivity apps, or maybe you only do photography apps. You've got to know what your competition is doing down to the types of apps or products or whatever they are selling. But why do you need to do this? Thirdly, because you want to distinguish yourself from your competitors. If you're creating apps for businesses, why would they choose you? What makes you stand out? Maybe you only do photography apps, and that's how you differentiate yourself. Or maybe it's the coding software you use. It's the best software out there, and people would pay lots of money to have an app created using the best software. Maybe it's the style in which you create apps. Maybe you have a certain way of creating that businesses love. Or as you get more established, perhaps you have amazing customer service that clients can't find anywhere else. So how do you do market research? Well, it's actually pretty easy. Go on Google and look up your competition. Go on Reddit and other forums and search engines. Find out what people are wanting to know or what they need help with. Once you have a feel for your clients or customers and your competition, you then want to figure out how you can improve and be better in the industry. You want to stand out. Be better than your competitors. Number 3, define your business model. Essentially, a business model just explains how your online business will make money. So many people get stuck on the analysis paralysis of this, so don't let yourself get stuck. Just think it through and get started. There are tons of business models out there, but that's not what this video is about. So we're going to talk about the 4 things your business model should cover. Firstly, what product or service will your online business sell? We've already discussed this earlier. Secondly, how will you market your products or services? Now marketing is a whole different ballgame, and it really depends on what you're selling and to whom. Maybe you're using social media to market your app development skills. Maybe you're a video editor using Fiverr, YouTube, and Instagram to get clients. There are so many different ways to market your products or services. This is why we talked about market research first. Thirdly, your business model will cover what kind of expenses you'll have. Let's get something straight. Your expenses are just as important as your profit. Expenses are expected immediately, profits are not. You need to understand how much money is coming out of your online business to run it. So many people spend all of their money to start their business only to realize it's not going to be very profitable immediately. Then they are stuck throwing all of their money into something that might not make them much money back. You want to be smart with your expenses and keep them as low as you can when first starting out. Lastly, how is your online business going to make profit? Profit is how much money you make from your business after expenses. So let's say you make $1,000 in your app development business one month, but your expenses added up to $300. That means you made $700 profit in your business. Write all of these down on a piece of paper because it's going to help you get clear on what your online business is actually doing and how you're making money. Number 4, get going. This step involves actually getting started. Believe it or not, but so many people get excited, write out their business plan, and then stop there. It's one thing to talk about starting a business, but it's a whole different thing to actually start working on it. This is where most people get stuck. It can be so intimidating to actually get going, so I have one great tip for you. This might blow your mind, but the best thing for you to do is just go one step at a time. What is the very first thing you need to do to get your business off the ground? And I'm not talking about getting business cards. I'm talking about an activity that will actually move the needle. Maybe that is researching your first product. Maybe it's creating your first designs. Maybe it's recording your first video. For an app development business, the first step may be to start reaching out to potential clients. Or maybe it could be doing work for free to build a portfolio. Just figure out that first step. Don't look too far into the future because that is what the business plan is for. Now it's time to focus on putting one foot in front of the other. Just start. There's no secret trick or secret sauce to this step. It's literally just starting messy. You don't have to know exactly what you're doing, you just need to start and you will learn along the way. Number 5, don't get discouraged. Starting an online business can be fun and exciting. The coolest thing about being your own boss is you get to have unlimited creativity in what you do in your business. And there's a possibility in growing it to 6 figures or more, which gives you time and money freedom. However, there are some downsides to being your own boss. Like for instance, being your own boss. This means that in the very beginning, your business won't work unless you do, so you're going to have to put lots of blood, sweat, and tears into it. Not to mention the fact that it can take a while to become profitable in your online business, especially if you're creating a product yourself that takes a lot of time. Even finding clients can take a while. You should never go into anything, especially business, with the mindset that you're going to succeed immediately. You have to be realistic or else you're going to get discouraged when things don't turn out exactly how you wanted them to. And when your online business doesn't blow up immediately, don't get discouraged. If you're getting frustrated with how something is working within your business, don't get discouraged. Walk into your online business with the mindset of, I'll figure this out as I go. That takes a lot of pressure off of you to try and get everything right. Continue learning, continue growing, continue serving the Lord with your God-given gifts, and I will see you in the next video.